Well, good morning. Good morning. Dave here with Affordable Door and Gate. Not a bad Sunday. It's kind of cloudy today, but not bad. The weather's actually pretty nice. Feels pretty comfortable. So last night, I got a comment from a guy, I believe Jay. He commented on my post. He said he doesn't do a lot of jam mount weather seal. And I thought to myself, wow, that is a great question. And this would be a great video too for any of my subs or a technician that I can explain how or why or what I do. So anyways, let's first go over what is, clip mount jam seal, I think is the technical term-ish. So first of all, it's a seal. It's going to be a little bit hard for you guys to see. It's the seal that goes on the side here, which acts as your perimeter seal. Now, like I said before in a previous video, the builder didn't really do this the way I would have preferred. He's got wood exposed, so now I gotta do double. I'm gonna do double seal on this. So let's go down to this one real quick, and we'll take a look at this one. This is the right way it would be done, what it would look like on a finished door, and then I'll show you how how I install it and some of the tricks I do to save you some callback. So this is what it would normally look like. You can see right here. Just sits like that, sits inside, which is nice because now this is a nice flat surface. Nothing will catch it. So the one thing I had to learn, when you do reverse angle clip mount seal, you typically, the only time you ever do reverse angle, just remember this is very important. The only time you ever do reverse angle is typically on steel buildings. It flips the track around so you can do that, and then it also makes the door, you got to make your door, so instead of being normally like on a wood door that would be 8 foot, you do 8'2". So I learned the hard way by going behind other guys and tape measuring their doors and going, why do their doors 8'2"? You know what I mean? But it actually works really good. One of the reasons is that the door is 2 inches wider. So when you know how you ever look at a door, if you look at a garage door and you can see light between the weather seal and the garage door and stuff, and you're thinking to yourself, man, I should caulk that or whatever. This will eliminate that, which is really nice. So doing the 2 extra inches gets you past the jam a little bit. So it rides in this area right in here. So, and obviously here's your, let's see if you can see it. This is your anchoring point. So right now, I just tack it up. When I start stacking the door, I just tack them until I get the door where I want it. And so like this one, I'll go behind and I'll actually just hammer it home because now it's all good. So clip mount seal goes on the side here. It slides on. Now, one thing that you might forget, because when you do residential, which I used to do, is you just start stacking the door and you put your track up. Well, I put my track up and then I start stacking the door. What you gotta do though is you gotta remember, you must put this clip mount seal on like right now. And the reason you must put it on right now before I even try to put this door up is because it gets pinched. I hope that makes sense. It gets pinched between the track and the frame here. So after this is up, this is a real booger. And I mean a real booger. I've done it. My guys have done it. And it seems like they do it once or twice and they learn real quick. They go, I'm never doing that again. So always put your seal on before. And when I get things set up here in a second, I'll show you what I do. I think overhead has the best weather seal, but I don't like overhead because we all know that overhead costs $1 million and they basically just rape us on price. So, but they got it down to a science. What they do is theirs will be straight. So now at the end of the job here, look, I got this rat nest of header seal, and the jam mount, clip mount seal that goes on the side. It's just a mess. If it's straight, it's not as bad as Wayne Dalton. Wayne Dalton's got a little bevel on theirs that really clips on nice, but theirs is like a harder plastic, where this is just a ball of mess here. This stuff almost seems a little bit too loose, like it could fall off pretty easily. But I'll show you what I do to help avoid that so you don't have callbacks. And yeah, we'll get started. One thing too is the builder that I'm working for, he kind of prefers, he thought it was kind of silly. I know he does residential, so he's probably not really accustomed maybe to a lot of the steel buildings. I mean, I've never had anybody question me on this, but just so you guys know in the future, if you're doing jobs or whatnot, make sure he didn't like the fact that we have white doors with black weather seal, but he also didn't even know the weather seal was on, so that's how much it blends in. I guess it could look like a gap, you know, between the door and stuff. Like it's just like the seal's not on, because that is one thing he mentioned. He said, well, you don't have the seal on there, and I said, it's on there. I said, you just didn't notice it. So one thing, what I'll do, especially with this builder, is I will make sure that I probably use white. I don't like white because gloves and everything, it gets really dirty. It's hard to clean after you touch the white. The white is really a bear. The garage doors just seem like they're a bear too. Once you get fingerprints on them, it's almost like almost like you have acid in the sweat or whatever, and it just stays on there. You have to really scrub it and use special. I use like Simple Green. Simple Green seems like enough. I like that Purple Power. That Purple Power seems like it works pretty good. So, anyways, seal in a ball, and make sure you got the flap the right way when you install it. So, some vendors will send you like only enough, just enough. I prefer, because I just don't like playing the guessing game. I am not a person, I just like to do something. I don't like to have to sit there and think about it and measure it. That's just not me. So I always go from top to bottom. Well, the door only probably comes to about here, but for that little extra distance, I just think it looks better. You know you're covered for sure, because I've had it before where you're a little bit too short. So make sure you always check in your quantities that your vendors give you. Clopay did a good job. I got plenty of extra head seal and clip mount, which I really appreciate. That means the world, especially since it's Sunday and I'm up here all by myself and I'm hours away from the shop. So thanks, Clopay, making sure I got enough. So let's see if we can get you down here. So with the clip mount, you got to make sure you got the flap going the right way. And then you kind of get the point. I can't do it one-handed here, but just kind of see how it just sits right on there. Just sits right on there, gets pinched. Okay, so this is what separates the men from the boys right here. This is why it's always so important. You know, it's always like those few extra little steps. You know, this is the part where people want to cut out and they want to speed through and they don't do a good job. And this is the stuff that will cost you callbacks, and it's just not good craftsmanship, because now the builder will get a call and it just goes on and on. And it's a lot easier to do it now than when the door is up. Guarantee it. So you get yourself, I think these are number 8, kind of worn out. These are just 1/2 inch. You can pretty much use any kind of self-tapper, little screw, you know, just a yay. I like this style head because they don't slip and I don't have to deal with Phillips and whatnot. So this works out great. And all we're gonna do is we will grab a little magnet bit, works nice. Grab the old Milwaukee, any kind of power tool will work. And make sure we grab the right bit, because this bit don't fit. Hold please. Surprised I don't have that one out. No. And my weather seal came off. Okay. Alright. That seems to work a little better. You wear gloves. You don't have to wash your hands all the time. Nothing else will get all dirty. You gotta really touch the garage door. Or gloves for all this greasy metal stuff. So, what we're gonna do is I just find an edge, right? So just find yourself. The camera's down a little low. Sorry, guys. So, this is the top edge. There's a bottom edge, basically the same. But what happens is these doors, when they go up and down, this will pop up like this, and it'll start becoming a problem, right? So the customer will see it. It'll peel the whole thing. It normally doesn't peel the whole thing, but normally the bottoms and the tops. It's because they're in a roll. That's why. That's why Overhead's got something figured out. Theirs are straight, so it keeps it more true, and they probably don't have that many problems. Now, I don't know if Overhead for sure puts screws in them or not, but take the little screw, wear safety glasses, not like me. I try to get it just about right, so it's not too tight and it buckles it, makes it look funny. So I get it right in there. And then here's the problem on this side though, is now you have a screw protruding, right? So what you do is you grab yourself a grinder, like this guy, and you take it, wherever that boy is, right there. You just nip her off. Like that. That makes that nice and flush again. So, that's really about it. All you do is you just, from here, you just put your track up, get it loose, start stacking the door, and that's where this one's going to be going today, is right here. So hopefully it goes nice and smooth. The rest of the doors towards the end here have been a booger. Just a booger. I mean, this one back here, I had to totally modify this door to make it go up higher, just to make it to fit in this thing. I had to add an extra foot. Woo! Was it tough. So anyways, I hope the Jamb mount, clip mount seal is helpful for you guys. Don't forget, put some screws in it. I'll show you one. There's one right here, so I might as well show you. So here's one when it's installed, a finished product. And that's why you cut that back of that screw off, because that guy obviously will get protruded through here sometimes, and it can cause a little bit of a gap, and it's not that pretty. So there's a finished one. Otherwise, the rest of the way up, I typically don't do it. Like I said, this weather seal, well, that's actually, I'm pushing on it with my fingernail right now, and it don't want to fall off, so it's pinched in there pretty good. Anyways, hope you guys are doing great on this Sunday, and thanks for watching. Thanks, Jay, for asking that question. That was a great question. I never even thought about that, and it worked out perfect since I was coming back up here. And this way, now I have something in my documentary for my subs, or if I have somebody that has a question about it, or what is it, whatnot. So that was a great question. So anyways, hope you guys are doing great. Like, subscribe, love, take care, be kind, and we'll see you on the next one. I gotta get to work. I gotta get the music going, get the beats. All right, we'll see ya. Bye.